17 budget, which we just finished, we were able to successfully get through with a minimum of cuts, some increases to programs that I think that most of us feel are important. Let me just give you some samples. Agriculture, school breakfast program, the supplemental nutrition program for women, infants, and children, the summer EBT, the child and adult food care programs, the healthy food financing initiative, the outreach for socially disadvantaged farmers, research at our historically the 1890 institutions and the land grant institutions. The funding for those were either increased or kept at the same level as 16. We had some good initiatives without the poison pill riders that the Republicans wanted to put in with regard to some of our health care provisions, our justice provisions. We had great, I think, breakthroughs in terms of energy and water, the Army Corps of Engineers, with some of our historic preservation, with financial services, public defenders, homeland security, and of course, there were a number of items that were targeted. The president wanted to increase by $15 billion defense, which he did. He also wanted to cut from the non-defense, which he did not, because Congress did not allow him to. The fight was going to start. The fight will start when we go back next week. Let me talk a little bit about health care. The Affordable Care Act, which was passed several years ago under great duress, in the second congressional district was divided right down the middle. Half of my constituents were adamantly opposed to it. The other half of my constituents were very, very vehemently in favor of it. So I was damned if I did, damned if I didn't. But I looked at the bill and I read all of the more than almost 2,000 pages, every line. And I decided that that bill was not a perfect bill, but that it had the ingredients for creating the opportunity for the majority of the people in this country to have affordable, accessible health care. Kicking and screaming, it was passed. And from the time that it was passed, it was under attack. Yet, millions and millions of people were able to get health care and to have protections that they have not had before. Not allow insurance companies to deny you insurance or kick you off because you have a pre-existing condition. Not being allowed to be charged excessively high because of your age. Not having a gender tax because you're female. Not being forced to have your children come off of your insurance plan when they turn 26. I could go on and on. There were a number of things. One of the protections that were in there, 80% of your premiums were required to go for benefits as opposed to dividends, profits, or stockholders. There were essential services that every plan had to include: ambulatory patient services, outpatient care, emergency services, hospitalization, maternity and newborn care, mental health services and addiction treatment, prescription drug coverage, rehabilitative services and rehabilitative devices, medical devices, laboratory services, preventive services, wellness, and chronic disease treatment, pediatric services. Those were essential elements that had to be in every policy. Well, as you know, when the majority took over, and this president took over, the mantra was repeal and replace. But with what? We never got any clarity on that. In fact, when the bill was passed through the House last week, it was passed without having been scored out of the Congressional Budget Office and without being subjected to any analysis. Now, as much as people thought about Obamacare, at least the bill was put out there. Everyone had an opportunity to read it. And while it was being crafted, it went through the regular order. That is, there was a hearing process. We must have had hundreds of hearings in the various committees of jurisdiction, and ideas were entertained. And believe it or not, the majority of the provisions in Obamacare were taken from the Heritage Foundation recommendations and from Romney Care in Massachusetts. So they were filled with Republican ideas that emphasized the private sector involved. The object was, regardless of what method was used to get there, was for everyone to have affordable, accessible health care. Very complicated process, wasn't perfect. And in the end, there were some people that ended up suffering because of a number of factors. One, it was contemplated that all of the states would expand Medicaid, which would spread the payment to providers overall healthy and not so healthy. And as a consequence, the healthcare providers would not be stretched as thin because there would be more paying customers. Well, almost half the states decided they didn't like Obamacare, and so they weren't going to let the federal government tell them they needed to expand Medicaid, and they refused to do it to the court and got it declared illegal. So that base of support that would have helped to keep the cost down went away. Yet millions and millions of people still participated and benefited from it greatly. They came back with the repeal bill, which would ultimately take 24 million people off the roads. They couldn't get the votes for that, so they came back again last week. Watered that down some so that even more people would suffer. They put in for pre-existing conditions a provision that would allow for high-risk foods, $130 billion, so that states could opt out of plans that would provide protection for pre-existing conditions. And they could set up these high-risk foods and draw from that $130 billion, which economists say is far, far from enough. But then, because they couldn't pass it, they added another $8 billion last week, which economists say is still a drop in the bucket. And that's how they were able to twist arms and get additional votes to pass. But it's unacceptable. People all across the country are expressing themselves to let Congress know that it's unacceptable, that they do not want to lose their health care. They don't want to have the uncertainty that existed before the Affordable Care Act was passed. And there's a lot of resistance in the country. And I think there's some people here who are part of that resistance. Is that right? Yeah. So I just want you to know that we're in the fight. We intend to do everything that we can possibly do to make sure that your health care will be protected now, henceforth, and forevermore. It's a good program. It can be made better. And Grandma said, you don't want to throw out the baby with the bath. So we're going to fix it. We're going to do our best to fix it. And we need your help, because your resistance and your expressions to our senators. Let them know how you feel about it and what you think those essential ingredients ought to be for a long way. See, our mother used to say, whenever you see a turtle on a fence post, you know one thing, he didn't get there by himself. Somebody put him there. And every one of the elected officials in Washington was elected by voters. Voters put them there. So it behooves all of us to listen to our voters. For that, I'm going to stop. I think you'll be given instructions by Mr. Cutts, but this is an official congressional town hall meeting. What that means is that it's not a partisan gathering. We're here to listen to all of our constituents and to hear your issues and your concerns. But we're not here to talk about partisan politics. Quite frankly, I think there's too much of that in Washington and Congress. After the election, we should be focused on what's good for the people. Because the problems we face are not Democrat problems or Republican problems, they're American problems. And the solutions will require bipartisan efforts. There won't be Republican or Democrat solutions, it's American solutions. But this forum, because it's official and it's sponsored with taxpayer dollars, cannot focus on partisan Democrat or Republican issues. I want you to know that, so if you have questions that how can we get involved in this particular effort, that's a Democrat or Republican effort, we cannot entertain those in this setting. But we do have a local party, we have a local Democratic party. I would invite you to go to those forums. We will meet you at one of them, and we'll talk about what we can do in the partisan arena. But tonight, this is a nonpartisan, bipartisan forum. We'd like to entertain your concerns, let you know what we can do. Thank you. I'm going to turn it over to my district director, Mr. Cutts, now, and he'll give you instructions for the rest of the people. All right. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. Each of you were given index cards. If you had a question, did anybody not get an index card that would like to write a question out? Okay, I have about 30 questions here. So we got about an hour and a half. So I'll get through them we'll try to get through them as quickly as possible. Some of them are repetitive, so I'll try to weed out those repetitive questions. But the first question that I have, first, thank you for your no vote on the American Health Care Act. But when I and general members of my community called a few days prior, your staffers did not know how you would vote. Does that mean that a yes vote was a possibility? If not, why not put out public statements ahead of time to show that you hear? First off, let me just say that I couldn't say absolutely how I was going to vote because I didn't know what was in the bill. In fact, we didn't know what was in that bill until the night before when we went to the Rules Committee. Wow. So it was very difficult to say that it was a good bill or what was in it without seeing it. But when we went to the Rules Committee, it was put on the calendar under a rule that would not allow any amendments. we then knew for sure what was in it. So we knew that it was all bad. But that's what happens when the majority sets the agenda in the Congress, and the same thing is true in the General Assembly in Atlanta. The committee chairman of the Rules Committee and the Rules Committee, they set the agenda. Much more so in Washington than in the General Assembly, the Rules Committee sets the terms of debate. How long the bill can be debated, which amendments can be offered to the bill. And if they pass a rule that says that you cannot offer an amendment that would improve the bill, then that amendment would be ruled out of order. It can't even be voted on. And if they have what is known as a closed rule, which they had on this bill, it means that no amendments will be allowed. And so they wrote that bill in the dark of night, and they brought it to the Rules Committee. So this is what will be voted on. And it was very easy to vote no. But it was not something I could say ahead of time that I would vote against, because, who knows? They might have had lightning strike and done something reasonable. But we try to be cautious and not make a commitment to do something that we don't feel that we have sufficient information.
Next question is a two-part question. If by executive order or congressional act, churches are allowed to engage in political speech and/or activities, will you support legislation to delete their tax-exempt status? And second part, will you support legislation to require all presidents to release their taxes?
First off, I'm already a co-sponsor of the legislation to require presidents to release taxes. As far as the church exemption is concerned, the Constitution is clear on that. The executive order is probably subject to challenge by the in court under the First Amendment Establishment Clause. I would expect that the executive order that the president issued will probably be subject to some legal challenge in the not too distant future. Right now, it's already against the law for churches to engage in campaign activities, and I guess that's what the executive order the president issued is basically saying, is that the agency is not going to enforce that. They're trying to recommend the service. He's suggesting directly not enforce that law. Of course, he did swear to uphold the constitutional laws of the United States.
Right.
But he doesn't know what that is.
So,
Right.
it's already the law. It's against the law. And of course, it's just a matter now of having that law enforced. And the president is saying that he's going to respect it. So that'll have to be decided.
Next question. What is your position on the voucher/charter school system change proposed by the DeVos/Trump Department of Education administration?
I'm a strong supporter of public education. The District of Columbia has vouchers, and I really have to bite my tongue, bite my lip. That comes up for a vote. The residents of the District of Columbia adopted that, and I believe in home rule, and that was their decision. And so I won't try to overrule and tell them what they should do. But generally, I'm not a supporter of vouchers. I believe that public funds should go to support public schools. And resources from our children. I believe very, very strongly that it should not matter what zip code a youngster grows up in, whether he's in rural Georgia or in Atlanta, in urban Georgia, whether he's in one of the poorest communities or one of the wealthiest communities. It should not matter. That child should have the same opportunity to realize his or her potential as any child any place else in this country. And I support that fully.
Next question, breaking news. President Trump just fired the FBI.
I think it's despicable. We have a constitutional system. It's unfortunate when we have a leader that does not respect the rule of law and wants to change the rules when the rules don't bend in his favor. I think it's most unfortunate, and I think that it's a sad day in our republic for that attitude and for that to happen. And come from the leader of the greatest country on the face of the earth. Really, really tired.
Next question. Can Medicare D please renegotiate with pharmaceutical companies for competition? VA does it already.
That's absolutely true. And in the Affordable Care Act, when we were negotiating that and trying to pass the original act, many of us were trying very, very desperately to give the authority to the agencies, the HHS, to be able to negotiate with pharmaceutical companies. Pharmaceutical companies were vehemently opposed to that. They indicated that they would not support the bill that would allow it to happen. That is one of the improvements that needs to be made to the Affordable Care Act. We had the problem with the donor code, and we were able to correct that in the Affordable Care Act. So we save our seniors thousands of dollars every year in that prescription drug, where they had that $25,000 out of the pocket for Medicare kick in. Well, that's solved. That was solved in the ACA, which, by the way, will be repealed if the Republican, the majority's law goes into effect, which I'm confident that it will not pass the House. But that is one of the fixes that needs to happen to the ACA.
Next question. Why does legislation supposedly to help the poor working people and the middle class too frequently consist of tax credits? That's a rich man's tool. People who don't have the money now can't afford to wait for a credit next year.
Absolutely correct. But that, my good friend, is a matter of arithmetic. In the House of Representatives, you got to have 217 votes to pass anything. In the Senate, you got to have 51 for a simple majority and 60 to defeat a filibuster. So the majority really rules. And when you got the majority of people in the House that feel that tax credits, rich man's food, is the way to handle it, they have those votes, that is what's going to happen. If, on the other hand, we have a majority of people who felt like they needed that direct assistance as opposed to getting it at the end of the year, people who don't itemize, people who don't have the sophistication of filing for a tax credit, then we'll have a different outcome. again brings us to what I think is most important in civic life. And that is engagement. Politics is nothing more than who gets what, when, and how. Voters that decide who makes those decisions. There is a majority of people who choose tax credits over the better alternatives. That's what we'll have. That's the unfortunate fact of it. It's the fact of arithmetic in our so there are many wonderful things that can be done. We had people of this country who stand up and say, this is what we will demand. If that happens, they do that through their votes, their voices. I'm an optimist. I believe it's going to happen. I believe that people are becoming more engaged, and they are not going to sit back. No. Yeah.
Next question is, what is VA doing? Reference to removing social security numbers from VA correspondence. It's my understanding that it's already been removed, and they don't use social security numbers, do they? Who wrote that question, if you don't mind?
They're still using social security numbers as five. On our last town hall meeting with the former VA Secretary Montgomery, he assured us that he would change, but it still happens.
I had the opportunity to meet Dr. Phillips last week. Had I known that, I would certainly raise that question with him then. But I'll see him again, and it won't be long, and I will try to get back or raise that issue. Because I didn't think that it was still attached to correspondence. Thank you for bringing that to attention.
Yes, ma'am, you had a follow-up on that?
Please remind me to do that when we get back.
They're still using social security numbers on retirement.
I just got my appeal back. 8-9-year appeal. Just got that. I'm pretty sure my full social
It's on there?
I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't have it in front of me, but in my mind's eye.
Well, that's an issue that I will certainly bring back and listen to.
Okay, next question. Are there any serious efforts to stem young adult violence and neighborhood deterioration other than police increases?
Well, let me say that the method of crime control that is being proposed by the president is just that. There are those of us who been in Congress who have experienced efforts that have been productive. And one of the most productive efforts in terms of crime control occurred under the Clinton administration, the Omnibus Crime Control Bill, where they instituted the community-oriented policing program. I remember seeing the effects of that here in Columbus, Macon, Albany, and Valdosta, where federal appropriations through the justice grants went to local police departments for them to engage the communities that they police, to have community relations training, and for them to get to know each other a lot better. And I can remember here in Columbus where communities were having potluck suppers, where the residents were preparing meals in that community for the police who were coming to help them root out drugs, increased because of resistance from the Republican majority in Congress and the Obama administration. But believe me, the community ordinance policing program worked, and it helped to reduce crime tremendously during that year. Not only that, we have justice grants, the most dangerous time for young people, we're told, between 3 in the afternoon and 8 o'clock at night, because in so many communities all across the country, youngsters are unsupervised. And so there are justice grants that were part of that omnibus crime control bill, which were funded in order to construct that time. The Boys and the Girls Clubs, the Boy Scouts, the YMCA, and for Family Connection organizations, various other nonprofits that would have after-school programs and summer programs where they could do tutorials, and they could have computer services, homework, constructed activities during that time frame, which would construct that time for young people and keep them out of trouble. The funding for that, we're fighting for that. I'm a member of the Western Black Caucus as well as the Democratic Caucus, and one of the items that we submitted to President Trump in our meeting with him, that was our executive committee 2 months ago, we submitted a 125-page document with footnotes suggesting to him how he really should make America great. With specific recommendations of legislation that had been introduced by members of the Congressional Black Caucus and various other members of Congress that would actually get to the root of the problem of crime, rather than trying to attack it just on the surface of incarceration. And of course, we don't know if he's read it or not, but we know that it was delivered to him along with being delivered to the media. So he can't say that he didn't know.
Okay, this is a state-related issue. We have Representative Hughley and Senator Harbison. This question is, when will Georgia join other states which do not tax military retirement? Before he answers that, during my 16 years in the Georgia General Assembly, every year that was a bill that I offered tried to get passed. And I even fought to get a seat on the Ways and Means Committee, which handles the tax legislation. And the first year that I got up there, Marcus Collins, late Marcus Collins, was the chairman of the Ways and Means Committee. And I offered the bill to exempt all military retired pay from Georgia income tax. I said, South Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama, and Florida, all done that. We need to do it. Nothing happened on the bill. First month of the session went by. Mr. Chairman, when are you going to call my bill up? Not ready yet. Not ready yet. Get down to the last week of the session. Mr. Chairman, where's my? He said, come to my office. He said, we can't do that. But we're going to try to offer an exemption of all retired pay when we do the code revision and the tax revision. And we can't do that because if we take away money from the state treasury, we won't have money to appropriate for all of the things that people spend money for. Georgia has to have a balanced budget. We can't spend any more than we expect to collect in revenue. And that's why we have the highest bond rating of any state in the country. So you need to understand that.
But he did offer a partial exemption of all retired pay in the next session of the legislature, which passed, $4,000. But it wasn't full exemption. So,
Thank you, my congressman, and I approve that message. You are absolutely correct. And for those of you who do not know, my understanding is almost every year now, from the House side, prior to that, as Congressman Bishop did, when he was a member of the Senate, that bill would get introduced every year. I introduced it in the Senate, but eventually we came to the conclusion that it had to come from the House side. And thereby Representative Smith introduces it, and I support it in the Senate. But my understanding is that before, there was actually a law in place whereby military veterans received that exemption. However, they were sued by the civilian aspect of federal employees, and they won. So in response to that, Georgia backed off from the law altogether, because right now I think it would cost something in the effect of like $100 million in order to fund it. So there's been some suggestions right now to reintroduce it incrementally until we can afford to pay for it over the years. And I believe that's where we are right now. But right now, we try it every year. As a matter of fact, it is part of the Chamber and City of Columbus's agenda for us to introduce that legislation. Thank you, Congressman.
Okay, next question is, how serious is the domestic terrorist threat in your district and community?
well, as I told you earlier, that I was on the permanent select committee on intelligence. I guess it's been 10 years ago now, 10 to 12 years. During my time on that committee, one of the things that we were investigating was the presence of domestic terrorists in this country. And to my chagrin, we found out that at that time, 10 years ago, that there were at least 3 militia organizations located in Southwest Georgia. They were under surveillance by law enforcement agencies. There is an organization that tracks the terror organization out of the government. I have not heard that much recently. There is an active traveling. Not heard of any instances of violence. They do have meetings, and but domestic terrorism is a realistic concern. There are some bad actors. What we have learned is that there are a number of people that have been hospitalized from the radical terrorists from the Middle East. Now, because our borders have been tightened, it's a little more difficult to get in with the internet and get in. So there are a lot of youngsters who are born in the United States, who have grown up in the United States, who are not immigrants, but who have studied some of their Middle Eastern history, and they have been affected by some of these internet intrigues. That is a serious problem, and one that our intelligence agencies and our local law enforcement agencies, our federal law enforcement agencies, Homeland Security Department, are trying to get a handle on how can we control and neutralize the internet many of them are homegrown. They're not people that came from outside. So that is a challenge that we face, and it was one that we have to be vigilant in.
Next question. What is your position on HR 756?